Hello, Nomads, and welcome to our catch-up episode for, I guess it's for August of 2023. We haven't done a catch-up episode in a while.
No, it's I would say September.
Well, we didn't do one for, we did one at the beginning of August. Now we're doing one at the end of September. So I guess it's covering that area. Whatever, we haven't done one in a while.
Yeah.
But, so we got a lot to catch up on. So
yeah.
I'm your host for this catch-up episode. My name's Eric, but I also have with me Brandon.
Hello, Nomads.
Hello to you, indeed, and Dave.
Hello.
All right.
Digital neighbors.
Thank
you for letting me in your ear holes.
Digital neighbors. Never heard that one. Like I said, we got a lot to catch up on, so let's not delay it any longer and get right into it. Who wants to start?
Okay.
Brandon, you look like you got something to say.
Much. Well,
He's always got. First, get the complaints out of the way first.
Let's hear it.
Okay, well,
what is it this time?
It's only fresh because we were just talking about it before recording. But dude, there's so many good games that came out this year. So many good games. So many cool shows and movies. It's just bananas. And one of them was Star Wars Jedi Survivor. And Eric, you were saying that you started it up and started playing it, right?
I've played the opening
and
hours,
I was like,
yes.
Yeah, so that's what I wanted to do because I'm like, all right, no, he's not that far. I bet I can do something. So I shot over to my local library and I snagged 2 games, and this was one of them. And dude, I was so pumped to play this game. And it had a install of like however big the file is, because you get the disc, you put it in, you got to install it. You can't just play it, which is just weird. But like you put the disc in,
CDs nowadays are just like the keys, the product keys.
But then it has an update.
Yep.
So I didn't have enough space on my Xbox, so it installed the game, and then it did an update on my external hard drive. Then I had to move it, all of it. I had to move it to my internal hard drive. But to do that, I had to uninstall or move other games. So I'm like, all right, Halo Infinite, you're taking up 86 gigs. I haven't played you in about a month or so you're going to get moved, but not deleted.
Yeah.
And it's just...
It's the dance.
It takes like 10 minutes
yeah.
But it takes like 10 minutes to do that. And then I had this 135 gig update, and that just took like an hour. I'm like, dude, this is fucking crazy. Just to play a fucking game.
Dude,
now, that
true.
said...
So it killed the midnight release.
It killed the late launch. Stunning looking game, though. I can see probably why it's so big. It's
I had a similar sort of experience. So I bought this as like sort of a birthday present for myself, because I just had a birthday. But well, thank you. But I put, same as you, I put the disc in. I got it on sale at GameStop. Decent sales, $40 down from 70. So I'm like, okay, I'll bite on that one. So I put the disc in, and I'm like, oh shit, I'll play this. I wasn't gonna play it that night. I put it in so it would install, and then I'll play it tomorrow. So the next night I go in, and something must have happened while it was installing, because it wasn't fully installed. There was like an error that's like, oh, whatever, Jedi Survivor is not installed. So I'm like, shit. So I, had to finish installing it. So I played it the following day, finally. And then the first time I started it up, it actually crashed my PS5. Like I was like, oh shit, here we go. Gonna start Jedi Survivor. I hit play on the game. PS5 completely shuts down. Like,
damn.
As soon as I hit the play button, I'm like, what the fuck just happened? And it wouldn't turn on for like 2 minutes. I'm like, did this game just break my PS5? But eventually it worked. It started up and everything was fine.
Okay.
Those updates are why like midnight releases are just like bullshit these days. It's all about the preload before the game comes out.
I'd much rather buy it digitally and have it ready to go day one.
Yeah.
Gamer looks at 40 when he was talking about going to Blockbuster or whatever and picking a game and coming home. You just put that fucker in and it just works. So
there's something to be said about that.
I don't blame you for being a little.
Yeah. It's a simpler time, and it sounds so old man to say that, but like, come on. Like we kind of went backwards a little bit in this digital, as beautiful as it is. Like there's nothing like to be said about or there's something to be said about taking a game and just putting it into a console
I mean, that's the
And it just works.
promise of cloud gaming, I guess. Starting up a game and it's instantly there for you.
Technically,
That is sexy. That is
the
sexy.
Starfield,
Although
even the
you don't
Starfield
guarantee your-
preloads, they had issues with people all trying to jump on at 8 o'clock exactly and crashing servers and
Right. That's
everybody
true.
trying to play at the same time. So, it's a work in progress.
Eric, what do you think of? Did you play like the opening hours of Jedi
I
Survivor?
played about a little over maybe 2.5 hours or so of the game.
Okay.
And what?
You
So
just
you
started
got to the senator. You met the senator.
Oh yeah, I did all that.
Whoa.
You met the senator. Okay.
I got to the
alright.
first planet. Um,
Oh, okay. All right.
yeah.
So yeah, you're definitely farther than me. All right. I haven't even
Um,
gotten off the first thing that you're doing, I guess.
but it's I
But-
mean it's more of that game. It's more of Jedi Fallen Order. But
But they
there's some
didn't do
cool
that
new
thing where they
stuff.
take away your abilities. Thank God.
No.
I was like, let's remember your the last game. Now we're just gonna continue that, and you.
Yeah, because in
You
the
can do
last
other
in
things.
Fallen Order, you had to like get your like force, like all your you started with 0 force abilities. You get like your push
Right.
and pull. You start with all that stuff, which is nice. So you're just upgrading your abilities and upgrading your like lightsaber combat, and there's like new like lightsaber stances, which is cool.
So good.
Oh, I like that. Fighting
Dave, this
styles and
game
shit.
is really good. I've only played like probably an hour and a half of it, 2 hours maybe.
Did you finish the
but-
first?
Yes.
We all did. We
Oh,
did
yeah,
it. We did an
yeah, yeah.
episode on it like a
Yeah,
year ago.
we did an episode on it. Well, dude, this game is like I think it looks incredible.
Oh yeah, it's beautiful.
The
I-
sound is really good. The acting is really good. The characters are fun, and they put like there's a moment early on in the game where they pair you up with a companion, and he's like a Boba Fett kind of guy. He's just like on a jetpack,
Yeah,
just doing
he's
shit.
cool.
And I'm like, this is cool. Like this is great. I got BD8, and I got this guy here, and
BD1, excuse me, he's the buddy droid.
what did I say? Sorry,
Not-
BD1. Thank you.
But I will say the visuals, yes, stunning. And I went to be like, I was looking at the settings, and there's a performance in a quality mode. I switched it to
Yeah.
performance for the 60 FPS, but I'm like, this game is so good looking that I'm
Yeah, I
fine
did
with
the
the
same
30
thing.
FPS. I'm like,
I went to the 60, and I'm like, there's nothing.
No.
I'm like, it's actually a solid 30.
it is.
It's
yeah.
smooth at that.
It's
30.
more cinematic too at the 30. I think as well.
Yeah.
So I'm like, I'm good with
Yeah.
the 30 because with the upgraded whatever. This is not really a spoiler, but the first place you are in the game is Coruscant. So there's like so much to look at in
Dude,
this
it's
game.
stunning. You look up and you just see a city ceiling,
it's so cool.
and I just can't stop looking up and looking at the scale of everything, and I'm just stopping and looking around, and
yeah.
it's really good. They introduce characters to you really fast, and like I don't know, I wasn't emotionally invested in them, but like I kind of like generally like them as fast as they kind of came and went, and I was just like, man, this game is drawing me in. I'm so excited because it's the first one was really good, and I thought, man, how can they make it as good as that?
Right.
And I'm already, I knew it got good reviews and all, so it's just this year just incredible with games, and yeah, if you're a Star Wars fan and you like the last one, you need to play this one. The animations, the way that Cal's like taking out these stormtroopers is just
So good, man.
so good, eye candy.
He's a
I
murder
feel like-
machine. That's what he does.
This
He
is
and he's got a great character. He's a great character. Like I want to see live action him because he
They will.
feels like
They'll
he's
do
part of
it.
this universe. And they're tying in so many things like the Ahsoka style fighting now. You got the two sabers, like
yeah. I
they're
I like
really
the dual
pulling in
sabers.
old, new, and yeah, dude. It
Um,
feels like a good tribute to the franchise as I play.
I think this is a really, really good sequel, and I think Respawn really took care in addressing all of the issues with the first game. Because there's some of the issues, like some of the things that they added for convenience, like now you can fast travel between meditation points, which is really convenient. You couldn't do that in the first game. You
Oh,
had to-
really? Huh.
I didn't
yeah.
even notice that.
You had to, like-
That's nice.
sweet.
If you wanted to go to a specific part of the level, you had
You
to
had-
walk all the way back there.
Yeah.
But now you can fast travel between meditation points. Like I don't know. There's just a lot of quality of life stuff. Like the map is better
Well-
than it was in the first one. They show you kind of where you're going, and where you've been. So I think they made a
But
lot
Eric,
of smart improvements.
The onboarding in this game is probably the best I've ever seen. They really like without being like like annoying and like tedious. They ask like, okay, how do you want to hear it first? Through speakers or headphones? All right,
Yeah.
general stuff. But it's like, how close is the TV to you? Is it like a monitor where you're really close, or is it a TV that's far away? Because it'll adjust the FOV, the field of view, when you play the game.
Yeah.
They ask all
Oh,
these
that's
questions, but it's very like nice. Like, I want all games to do this. Because like a lot of them will do that, but like they're kind of clunky. This is just like, I'll do that and I'll do. One of them was like well, whatever. We don't have to get into it. That's nitty gritty. But just, I was really impressed.
It's great.
With Respawn's,
It's great
like,
so far. Yeah.
onboarding. Yeah. So, really cool game. Yeah. I don't know. What else have we been playing? Dave, we just talked about some stars. What do you got going on your side?
I guess I don't think we've talked about it on here before. But I saw Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, Mutant Mayhem. This must have been,
yes.
I think.
Have we all seen it?
No, I saw it was on Paramount Plus though, and I wanna watch it.
It's on Plus now?
It is, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
And my Paramount Plus has been fucked up on my TV where it like has a weird timeout error and it never works.
Oh
me,
shit.
but
Well,
I dug and it's like, I don't know, it's not a reboot, but it's kind of like a reimagining of the Turtles.
Yeah, so
Where-
it's its own universe.
Yeah, well, they changed like some stuff canonically from the books, and changed some stuff for the story, which
While
I
making
don't
fun
wanna-
of
I don't
it,
want to ruin it.
like kind of like, hey, don't worry about it. None of this makes sense, kind of. Yeah.
Some of them, but I mean, at the same time, yeah, they're mutant turtles. But no, I've been watching Turtles since like the original movies and reading comic books and playing games the whole time, and I thought it was a really fun movie.
Yeah.
Thank God that the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse
Came out before this.
came out, because without that, this movie is not possible, because it's not like they ripped off the animation style, but you see how they like took
similar.
that animation style and like
Definitely.
tweaked it. It's a little more like comic booky, like you can see some hand
Yes.
drawnness stuff
It's
like
perfect.
in it, which is super cool. It almost feels like it feels like it looks like claymation almost at times, because I don't know if it's like the frame rate on the animations and stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I really
it's
like
your standard
the style.
turtle story.
Yeah, I want to watch it.
Like,
It's got the stop motion, but like I just like how they took it a step further from the Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse, where they just drew some of the stuff. It just was like, instead of showing it with 3D or in some capacity, just
Yeah,
like
like,
it looks like somebody drew the
the
lines.
shadow
like, it
is
looks
just
like
like
crayon.
drawn in.
That's cool.
Yeah, so a good blend of 3D and 2D, and yeah, it's a style, which is really good. This movie has a lot of style. It's got a fun soundtrack.
Did you say it's
What'd you think
oozing
of
with style?
Oh, you son of a bee.
How dare you, Dave? What did you think of the Ninja Turtles themselves?
I thought it was fun. Like, it's like they're like younger. I don't know. They feel more like teenagers, I guess.
They did.
in
They
this,
definitely
where
felt
they're
like young 14, 13 year
Yeah,
olds.
where they're more like immature and like coming into their own and figuring shit out for themselves, kind of.
Mhm.
Making dumb mistakes and screwing around, which kids are born to do. But like the cast was super good. I liked all the voice acting
Really
for
good.
all the turtles.
Really
Was
good.
super good.
Loved it. Yep.
Like the list of people. I've got some here.
I thought this April O'Neil is actually the most interesting one. She was legit funny. She was legit a good, well-written character. 'Cause usually she's just there to just be like, I'm gonna take down crime.
She's just holding her
and
camera
I'm
and
with the
everything.
Yeah, it's just lame. Like this one, like she has like her own fears. She has her own like goals. She's one
More
of
of
the
a
characters.
fleshed out,
Yeah,
character. That's
so,
Ayo Adibri, I believe her name is. But
okay.
I mean,
And
we
she's
got
just legit funny.
Cena and Seth Rogen and Jackie Chan and Ice Cube and Paul Rudd.
Gee, who do you think Seth Rogen voiced in this movie?
Just
The
and
fucking
that's
warthog.
Oh
that's
yeah.
what we were saying. Is like Seth doesn't change his voice to fit a character. They find a character that fits Seth's voice and just put it on Seth.
Was he not?
It's hilarious.
He was.
He's
He was a
Bebop.
warthog in
Lion King.
the Sonic movie when he played the warthog. He made a cameo in that, right?
Well,
Did he?
He was in
Was
the
he
live
also
action.
the warthog in the line?
He played
Of
Pumbaa
course
in
he
the
was.
live action Lion King. Yeah.
Yeah.
Did he really?
So-
Okay. Yeah, and Donkey Kong.
Donkey Kong,
It's
yeah.
And
all
Donkey
just
Kong. Yeah.
Seth Rogen voices, but
Yeah. I like Seth
thought it
Rogen,
was cool.
but yeah.
And they'll
yeah.
definitely. I like the fact that I don't really, some of the choices they made with the changing of the canon, whatever. I guess it's kind of refreshing it for a new generation. Like, I don't want to have my my old man, this is how it was in the comic books, and that's how it's gotta
it doesn't
stay.
it doesn't really mess with the story. I mean, or like the experience of the turtles, rather.
No,
You know.
no, and they changed the story so it's not just your standard like turtle movie, like Turtles Shredder fight. This is how we were born, and this is the guy that we fight every single time. Like it's definitely a different take on it, and it's a fresh, it's a nice, fresh, new version of them.
Hey Dave, where do you rank this in your Ninja
I mean, it's
Turtles
got to be up
movies?
there with the first live action movie.
I put the first live action movie above, and
like
I put
1A,
this right
1B.
after it. Yeah,
1A, 1B, where they kind of, I mean, depending on
I'm
it.
attached to the original,
praise.
but
dude,
this new one's really good. The only thing I think is just it's like sensory overload. Not only is it stunning to look at and it's fun,
it is,
but there's just like
I mean, that's how like
everywhere,
Spider-Verse
there's
was. That's how
everywhere.
the Mario
It's just-
movie was. Yeah.
It's just so many jokes added, and it's just like I can't handle how much is going on right now. I need to see it again just to kind of appreciate maybe the story, because I just can't. I'm always looking for shit like, oh, there's the turtle van with pizza on it. I had that toy.
They figured it. They figure they drop tons of that stuff in there.
Tons.
I love the soundtrack too, because it's like that New York City, like early days of hip hop kind of soundtrack, where they've got like my 6-year-old is in taking his bath, and he's asking Alexa to play Tribe Called Quest now.
Oh,
I'm like, this is fucking awesome. Like, my little kid's favorite songs is like De La Soul, and then like Can I Kick It by Tribe Called Quest now.
Can I kick it? Yeah.
Oh man, it's a fun time. So yeah, if you're a fan of the Turtles, or you have kids that you want to introduce to the Turtles, like this is probably your gateway in, because it's so flashy and exciting and new. I can do nothing but recommend this one. So
I'm glad you said that, because it was a gateway. My 4-year-old has been playing with my Ninja Turtle toys from the 80s and all that stuff, and he's watched the movies, all the live action movies. He's into them.
Since that Mutant Mayhem,
he's watched all the movies.
Was the way in.
But we saw this. He's like, "Oh, this is really cool." And I got the Ninja Turtles Shredder's Revenge game. Right, we've talked about it a few times on the show, but that game is spectacular. And then he'll play that game, and there's like us and maybe 4 other people online, so there's like 6 of us total like playing that game. It's great. But when I went to the library and I got Jedi Survivor, I also got the Ninja Turtles Cowabunga Collection, I think it's called. And dude, it's great. Oh my god, it's so cool. It's just like playing the games on the Switch, where like you play like the NES collection, where you can just like kind of rewind if you want when you play these old games.
You have to. These collections now have to include that.
I love it. It's a great time.
Hard. For those old NES games were like brutally punishing, especially the first Turtles is known for being.
Oh yeah,
but Dave, you would like it if it ever goes on sale or something like that. I think it might be on sale right now, but I think you would like it. And I think like you would appreciate like the arcade experience, because you played the games in the arcade, right?
Oh yeah.
So it's cool because like you don't pick your turtle in the game. Like some of the arcade games in the collection, you have to pick your turtle before, because you're walking up, and there would be designated turtles, just like other games, but like turtles. Here's like Michelangelo, so you put your quarter in the Michelangelo one, and you hit start on Michelangelo, and your Michelangelo's joystick and buttons, right? So I just like that little touch where like you select your turtle first, and then you go in the game. Where most games we're all picking our characters at the same time in more modern times, but I thought that was kind of cool because they are direct they're not ROMs, but they're just totally like ported over from the arcade.
Yeah,
or the Game Boy or whatever. And what's really nice is you can add the TV effect. So if you want an LCD TV or tube TV effect or anything like that, get those scan lines. I put the scan lines on, and the artwork looks so good.
Especially the old chunky pixel ones look super nice on scan lines. But
dude,
those arcade games are surprisingly like very well animated.
Yes,
like when
extremely well animated, dude.
Not the not the
Like
shitty
Raphael
like ports
Sai?
to SNES, like the Super Nintendo Turtles in
No,
Time
those are
is
lame.
like 4 frames for an attack, but like the arcade
Yeah.
versions are like a full like smooth 16 frame or like whatever. I don't know how many frames an attack
Yes. I
makes,
was
but
looking at their weapons, how they
nice.
bend. They bend like a cartoon, like it's just like long and
Oh
animated
yeah.
and stretched, and it's just like you don't notice it, but if you keep doing the same motion, you look for them like, oh my god, one of those frames is just so well drawn, and they're all over the place in the game. And it's big on
Yeah.
your TV and a full screen, and it's just like you really appreciate it. The what they were able to do
Especially that
so
yeah,
long
the
ago
Turtles
with
in
that.
Time. The Turtles in Time is a really good one.
We're gonna play that one next. We had to do the one before it first,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
yes,
Alright.
Turtles in Time were the Turtles, dude. Real quick, we can change, but the Ninja Turtles tournament fighter, I think it is. There's a few of them in this
Mhm.
collection. There's like 12 or 16 games or something like that. But the ones where you're fighting, like Street Fighter, or whatever.
Yeah.
It is so fun. It is so fun, though. I've never played those games before, but like Leonardo has a sword, and he never uses it in a lot of the game or like movies and games, or movies and TV shows. He never uses a sword to like fight people, but it's pretty badass in the game to like legit like be like fighting somebody with like Leonardo's sword. I don't know. I've been
I'm
soaking in a
curious.
lot of Ninja Turtles, so I'm just
No,
that
it's
fighting
good.
game is good.
It's a cool like takeaway, like to step back from DC and Marvel and to like get into a different something. Like you're out of Star Wars, you're not into like one of the major franchises,
Yeah.
and kind of dig in. So, no, that's cool.
Yep.
Have to check it out. What you got going on over there, Eric?
To
Jump
say,
in.
are
Why
you
don't you jump in
finished?
with
Are
something?
you finished with your Turtles talk? I have nothing to
Hey.
contribute. No, it's fine. I got too many things. I got a Steam Deck. I bought myself.
Sweet.
That was
Oh,
another
yeah.
birthday present to myself. I
Does
bought
it
myself a
smell when
Steam
it?
Deck.
I've heard
Does
that
it
they smell
smell?
funny out of the exhaust, like out of the exhaust when it gets really hot
Oh
or it's working
yeah,
overtime.
I've heard that as well, but I guess I haven't overworked it yet or
Oh,
put it
okay.
through its paces yet. I haven't done a ton with it. I've just kind of noodled around, but I got my entire Steam library on there. I've been claiming those, how they give away like Epic games every week, like
Yeah.
free games every
Oh
week.
yeah.
So
Yeah.
there's like a launcher on the Steam Deck where you can link your Epic Games account. So now I have all those games that I can play.
How many games do you have access to
Sweet.
right now on that thing?
I mean, a lot. I probably have, I don't know, 50 games in my Steam library, 50 games in my
Okay.
Epic Games library.
Yeah.
And it's, now that I have something to play like PC games on, I'm looking at Steam sales and I'm like, oh shit,
Yeah.
I'm falling into that rabbit hole because
And they're good. On Steam.
games are always on sale
Sales.
on Steam,
Always.
so I'm always looking there.
Are they
Is that
cheaper
how come-
too on Steam than like console?
It seems like
Usually,
they have
right?
really
Like
good
$10
sales.
cheaper?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
And they have like the Steam summer sale that's every summer. That's already passed,
Okay.
but they always have like really, really good sales on those. But I've dabbled in a couple games. Nothing crazy. But I also want to, a big draw of the Steam Deck is it's a great emulation machine.
Oh yeah.
So there's like a specific, it's called Emu Deck. Like there's a specific emulator library that you can put on there. So I'm gonna be messing with that. So it's just fun to tinker around with. And I have a dock too, so it's like the Switch. You can play it on the TV.
That
You
was
can
my
play it in
question.
handheld
Okay.
mode. Yeah.
You just plug it, you just drop it right in, and it just goes right up.
Yeah, it's just a USB-C. You hook it up and it goes right to the
Yeah.
TV.
Can you use like a Xbox Bluetooth controller?
That's
Is that
what
Bluetooth
I
connect?
do. I have an
Okay,
extra.
nice.
I had
Awesome.
an extra Xbox One controller
Sweet.
laying around, and I used that. I hooked it,
That's
Bluetooth right up to
perfect.
the
But
Steam Deck.
that's awesome because you don't have to, get used to a different control setup
Right.
or anything. No funky proprietary stuff. You can just keep using what you got. That's awesome.
And most of the stuff I've tried is like instantly compatible. Like there's some on all the Steam games on Steam Deck. There's like an indicator whether it's like Steam Deck verified, whether like everything works correctly
okay.
on Steam, or there's like there's some things like there's an orange like exclamation point that are like some things
Okay.
may not work as expected, and then there's just straight up games that are like no, you can't play this on here. So
Okay.
so not every single game you can play, but like most of the ones you would want to play are compatible with the Steam Deck, which is really cool. And something that's like exclusive to Steam Deck is the what's it called? The desk what's it called?
Big screen.
Aperture.
Big
No. Aperture or what is it called? Now I gotta look it up. Aperture
Aperture
Desk
Or
Job.
like from Valve?
Yes,
Oh.
it's called Aperture Desk Job. It's just
Okay.
like a 30-minute demo thing that's exclusive to the Steam Deck, but basically, it's a way to introduce you to all the different controls on the Steam Deck. So you're doing like you're an Aperture test. You're like a product tester, and it's
cool.
they bring back fucking what's the character's name? J.K. Simmons' character in that game in Portal.
Wesley.
No,
Oh,
J.K.
Cave
Simmons is the
Johnson.
guy. Wow.
Cave
dude,
Johnson.
yes.
Yes.
Come on now.
So
Wow.
so they bring
That
back
was really good.
they brought back Cave Johnson for that game. Like
Sweet.
it's a cool little like 30-minute demo, and it gives you a little look inside of Aperture and like the factory and their product testing and everything. So that was a cool little 30-minute thing that I did. But yeah, I've just been playing around with it. Haven't really got into anything crazy. Mostly just playing around with it a little bit. But
I'm excited to get one of those one of these days. One of
Yeah.
these days.
it's
Be able to play
it's
my
great.
Steam games and not hate myself.
I was gonna say all I had before was just my like laptop that I've had since college. That's the only way I can play PC games. But now I got this thing. I'm
Yeah.
like so much easier, so much nicer. So
Sweet.
Faux show.
yeah, it's fun.
Brandon,
yeah.
what do you got? I got some stuff. Or Brandon, do you want to jump in here?
Yeah, that's fine. I played a game I downloaded from Game Pass called Gris. Have you guys tried this game?
I'd have it downloaded, and
may have.
I've heard
No, it's great.
good things about it.
It's super relaxing. It's
No.
it's like one where you don't have to think much. It's just artwork and it's very like calming and relaxing. Yeah, if you saw that game on Game Pass,
Oh, I haven't played this.
download it and play it. It's just really nice to look at and just solving puzzles. Nothing too crazy. But I know I would like to talk about the horror stuff I've been getting into real quick. I finally got around to built the courage to buy Resident Evil 2 remake.
Ooh.
I've noticed that game is
That's a
always
sweet
on
one.
sale. Like Resident Evil 2 and 3 on sale for like the remakes for like $15. I'm like, I don't know if I can handle 3 because it's like it has like the monster like
The
chasing you the whole
Nemesis?
time. Yeah, Nemesis.
That
yeah,
one's
but
more action oriented though.
I've heard that. But anyways, I was like, I don't know. So let me download 2. So I downloaded 2 and I got like for like $10 or $12. I think it was $10. I got that
Dude,
game
that's so
plus like the
good.
DLC. And it's just skins or whatever and like guns and weapons and
Yeah.
stuff like that. So I'm playing the game on story mode. And I don't know. I needed to. It's not that scary though. Here's the thing is like it's more like it's not cartoony, but it's just I don't know, it's just not as
But you
scary
must
as
have not gotten to Mr. X yet, or have seen a liquor yet.
I haven't seen a liquor
Mr.
yet,
X,
but I'm just
son of a
exploring
bitch.
through, the police station right
But
now.
the liquors will get you. There's
I'm-
some.
But I'm playing it on like story mode, and I know this is like how the game plays, but man, like I lost my knife in a zombie. I'm like, fuck, I don't have a knife. I have like 8 bullets or 12
Survival horror, baby.
bullets. Yeah, and I'm just like, oh my god. So I'm like, man, these games give me anxiety, but I'm having
Mhm.
fun because it's it's end of September and
Dude, it's so good.
I wanted to play it, so it's good. You know what? Here's the one thing I'll say about it though is I don't like how Leon looks. He just looks so corny, like
He's
Asian
got that
people making like a
90s
cool white guy like in the 90s, like Europe. I
classic.
don't know,
Like
it's just
that-
the dumb.
that
like,
part
oh,
in his hair.
They like Backstreet Boys and whatever. Like let's give him that
Leon was
haircut.
cool in the 90s, okay?
But anyways, one of the skins is like you can just get he's like a new guy. He's like the first day on the job kind of thing. So one of the skins is like a deputy. He just has like the police outfit and the hat, and he looks like a total like dork. I feel way better. So I'm playing the game with him looking like that, and it's awesome. So I love it.
Dude, yeah.
The game is
great game.
such a good like remake of the original.
Yeah, people
like,
praise it. They say it's one of
it
the
is.
better games that's
Amazing.
come out in the last few years. They just say it's so good. So I'm like, all right, for
It was
$10
my
fucking
Halloween game
dollars, I
last
can
year.
play it. So I play it during the day, when the wife and kids are around me and they're like not watching me play it, but they're like in the house. I can
No,
play it.
lights off, headphones on at night.
I
There
won't
you
even
go.
wear headphones.
You get to that parking
But-
garage with the fucking dogs.
and
Man.
Stab
and then
those fucks.
the one other thing is I watched a movie. I've been wanting to watch a found footage movie. I like found footage movies.
Mm-hmm.
I love them, and I've watched a lot. And I came across this movie called Exist. The only reason why I bring it up is like it's not anything spectacular. It's not like as good as Paranormal Activity or Blair Witch, but it's not bad. And here's the thing that makes that I recommend watching it is because I've never seen a movie about Bigfoot that's found
cool.
footage.
Oh, Bigfoot
Now you-
movie?
it's just-
Okay,
yeah,
okay,
now-
I'm back in. I'm back in.
Dave and
saw
I
it
are
had,
both
like,
in now.
It had a 33% on Rotten Tomatoes, and I was like,
Yeah, those found footage movies. No, I know, but no, it's not like
I love me some
the acting's
Squatch.
great or anything like that, but it's just a
Yeah.
fun hour and a half movie where these kids go out to a cabin to get fucking drunk and all that stuff and goof around, and then they did something and it pissed off a Bigfoot, and the Bigfoot is fucking with them, and then
hell yeah.
and it. There's just one scene where like this kid, like,
This sounds
there's
awesome.
reasons like they like why do they have cameras everywhere, right? So the one kid's like, we got to get help, so they put he had like all these like, GoPros rigged onto all the cool stuff they're gonna do while they're out there. So while he's running to get help, he puts on his helmet and has a GoPro on. So he's like going down this trail trying to get the fuck out of there on a bike. But there's a Bigfoot chasing them, and it's just like that's a cool concept.
That's
like, could you
awesome.
imagine like an angry Bigfoot like chasing you down, and like what would it do? So
Oh, you'd be
Fucking rip your
fucked.
limbs off.
You
So,
would be
have a
dead.
few beers, and just I don't know, at night watch this one if you so choose. If you feel like watching a found footage movie, and if Bigfoot was in that movie, I don't know. So Exist.
It's
that was
only an hour and a half, and I
on
think it looks
Amazon
like
Prime,
it's.
I think.
I was
Streaming
gonna say it's
somewhere?
on Prime and Pluto, like Pluto
Yep.
TV. Everybody's got Pluto.
Yep.
But
Have
Gerald
your
can
phone
remember.
out, or whatever, and like look at whatever you want and do whatever you want. But like some scenes are gonna be pretty cool. You can listen and watch because there's a lot of back and forth banter bullshit. Like
What's it called again?
Whatever.
Exist
Exist. Okay.
with an
Yeah.
S.
Might check that one out.
Yeah. Came out like 10 years ago or something like that.
2014.
Yeah. All right.
Okay.
So 9
I'm
years
good,
ago,
yeah.
so.
I mean,
No,
you had me
it's
at
fun.
Bigfoot.
Yeah, I was gonna.
It's just
say.
because other than like
I'm
what other
all in
Bigfoot
now.
movie could I recommend to somebody? I don't know. Harry and the Hendersons. Like, there's not
Right.
much. So
Dave and I are into
Well,
that
I mean-
cryptozoology shit.
This
Right.
it doesn't say how much this movie was made for, or how much
probably
it was, like, how much it
$10,000
cost.
bucks.
Well, I mean, then it's a smashing success. It had a box office of $42,000.
$42,000. Oh boy.
So
It's a
fuck
bunch
yeah.
of no-namers. The acting is like okay. And the the Bigfoot costume looks good when
Decent
you see it. And
enough,
you see it
yeah.
a lot. Like they're not like he's like
Huh.
in the movie.
It's not like a
throughout.
Jaws
It's not
where
like
like they hide them for half the movie.
no,
or-
right? Because usually when you exactly or like no or more like Blair Witch
Right.
where you I don't wanna ruin it for you, but you never see the witch. It's really just people acting. It's all just acting. And then like Paranormal Activity, you never see the ghost. So this one, at least you see the thing that's fucking like you see it at night. You see it in the distance. You hear it constantly
that sounds
fucking with
awesome.
them. So
Cool.
I don't know.
Gigantopithecus,
like I said,
ready to go.
have a couple beers and enjoy yourself, and
Yeah,
you'll
Sweet.
have fun.
that is cool. Nice. Thank you for sharing, Brandon.
Thank
you for
Yeah.
sharing.
Coming
That's a-
into the
that's a
trust
deep
tree
one.
and
Yeah,
sharing with
yeah.
us. I'm gonna mark that one down.
Eric, I know you had other things. You said you had a lot. What else you got?
I
going on
got.
over there in your Steam
I
Deck?
could do a couple quick hits. Sea of Stars. I know.
Oh, dude, the artwork in that game is stunning. It's a Game Pass
Incredible
game.
pixel art.
It's so good.
Incredible.
Kind of
pixel
boring
art.
to play, but
I am having a good time with it. Did both of
Okay.
you check it out? At least
I
like,
played a good half hour and I got
Half
sick
hour?
of reading.
Okay.
yeah, it's just a lot of reading. I'm like, I'm going to bed.
I've played like
Huh.
6 hours of it. So
Okay.
I think I mean, it's like a 20-hour game or so, 20, 25.
Okay.
You know,
Yeah, dude.
I might finish it. We'll see. But I'm really enjoying it. I think the combat system is awesome. For,
Yeah, that combat isn't too bad.
for
Yeah.
like a,
Isn't it just
turn-based.
turn-based?
It is,
Yeah.
but like it's active turn-based combat. It's like,
Okay.
Yeah.
think like Mario RPG style where you're timing your hits, like reflecting this, the girl has like a boomerang attack and like she throws the boomerang out and you have to deflect it back. And you can basically attack the enemies as many times as you can deflect it, and every time you deflect it, it gets faster and faster. So you have to like time your
that's pretty
button
cool.
presses. And one of them, and like on the standard attacks, you can time it right as you're hitting it, and if you time it correctly, you get an extra hit. Same with blocks. Like if an enemy is attacking you and you time it just right, you can block their attack and get, less damage. So like it's not just turn-based, pressing a button, doing your attack and waiting. It's like active stuff. There's a lot of strategy because the enemies have certain weaknesses, or like they'll gear up for a big attack, and if you attack them with either, a blade or, a blunt attack, you can either decrease their damage or completely cancel out their attacks. So like there's a lot of intricacy to the combat and strategy to the combat. And so it's not just like standard turn-based, because
the game's great.
Yeah,
It's just boring reading the. There's a
I
lot
was-
of talking. in the
I
game.
was
Story.
I was into the story enough to keep going through the
Okay.
intro, because the intro does drag out a little bit. It's about
It's kind of standard for JRPGs, like
Yeah.
though, like
Oh, yeah.
it's all front loaded where you got to learn about everybody's motivations and the
But-
story and where they live and all that shit.
if you can get past that and it it throws you
Yeah.
into the world, it's it's good stuff.
Yeah, I just think it's stunning to look at. Like
It's beautiful.
When, if you like
Some of the
pixel art
best
games,
pixel
like,
art I've ever seen. It's
So
animation. Like,
good.
it is really, really good.
Yeah, dude, that's why I kept playing. Beyond, I'm like, this is kind of fucking boring, but oh man, it is cool to look at.
It's very reminiscent of like Chrono Trigger. I
Yeah.
think they were very inspired by Chrono Trigger. So if you like
Oh yeah,
Chrono Trigger,
Chrono
then
Trigger, SquareSoft, like
check out Sea of Stars.
those early games.
And it's on Game
Secret
Pass.
of Mana. For a minute.
Mhm.
It's on Game Pass, so check it out. So
Yeah, Game Pass
Uh,
has been killing it lately.
oh
dude.
yeah, definitely.
Just killing it.
You checked out Lies of P, you said, right? Tell me about your experience.
Please,
I'll
because I want
20
to play
minutes
this
of it?
game.
Yes.
I want to play this game. This
I never finished Bloodborne, but I hear, and I loved Bloodborne. I probably played like half the game.
This game is supposed to be like that.
But people say this is unabashedly
Then
like Bloodborne.
I don't like these games that are hard, like so hard. And I put it on easy, and
you
it's
play
still
Jedi
really
Survivor.
hard.
Jedi Survivor's hard as
That
shit.
game
Well,
is so. Those
you
games
playing-
are like
oh.
way more mainstream though.
Are you playing on
Well,
like-
which difficulty for Jedi Survivor are you doing? Like lowest or
You
did
said
you-
story.
No, Padawan. Not story. I did Padawan.
Okay.
Because I wanted to crush. I wanted to crush to catch up.
Okay. Yeah, I did it on whatever the standard was. I think Jedi Knight is like the
Yeah.
default, and I just
I usually
went
do
that.
standard, but I wanted to fly through it to experience it. So in case there's something, no, I played this game on easy, and it just has that Japanese gameplay. If you played one, you play them all. I think like it plays like Dark Souls. It plays like Elden Rings, where like it's light, it's heavy, and like no matter what I do, I'm just gonna slice right through the model I'm fighting. And I feel like there's no like connection there. Like when I'm playing Star Wars Jedi Survivor, I feel like I'm hitting every part of the stormtrooper or blocking or whatever. Like I feel it. If I play Assassin's Creed, I feel like we clashed or I cut through you. In this game, I just feel like it's just like a paper, rock, scissors or something like that. It's like miss, hit, but I don't feel it. I don't know
think
how to
you're
like,
just bad at the
articulate this.
game though.
No, because it's like when you
Could
play
be.
it's like when you play those old beat 'em up games where like the
Well, what you're
boss would
saying
show
is
up,
the
and
exact
you would
opposite.
punch, but when they wanted to punch through you no matter what, they could just do that.
I mean,
And
that's
just launch you across the
that's those games.
That's how these games are.
Yeah.
But that's what
That's
these
the
games
type of
feel
game,
like. I feel
yeah.
like there's no like I can't. Yeah, so like the only way I can get around it is to do that stupid thing where like I'm rolling on the ground, constantly rolling on the ground to fight. I'm like, this is not how people fight I've never seen a movie where they're just rolling around on the
not how
ground like a
people
fucking
fight.
idiot with a sword. It's just stupid. It's just not fun gameplay. So it's hard. I gotta time my blocks and I gotta roll around like an idiot. And I'm like,
I think
You
it's
gotta learn
I'd
how
rather
to
be playing
parry.
Star
That's
Wars
why
Jedi
if
Survivor.
If you ain't
Yeah.
parrying, then that's how you don't roll around.
But I've
like
played
an
other
idiot.
games where you can parry though. I've played other games that do that. I just feel
That
like
is-
this Japanese style is this.
I think it's just not your type of game.
Who made Lies of P? It's not. Who made Lies of P?
I don't know the developer.
Is it Eastern or Western?
I mean,
I'll tell
I mean, it's inspired by Bloodborne, so it's inspired by a
NeoWiz
Japanese
Games and
developer.
Round 8 Studios. South Korean,
Okay.
I believe.
Okay.
NeoWiz.
Yeah, it just doesn't feel like an Eastern game. But
I
I'm
mean-
a bro gamer. You know how I am with my games, and I'm
It's-
just like I ain't got time
None
for
of
this.
It's just
action
not
in
your
this game.
it's just not your type of game.
It's not forgiving, but like if you love Bloodborne or Dark Souls or Elden Ring, you probably would love this game because it looked good. It had like a cool steampunk shit, vampire look or whatever going on. I liked it.
Well, I was hearing
I
very
don't know, I like that genre.
BioShock vibes from this game. Like that's what people were
Ooh,
saying.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Huh.
Maybe
you know, I mean,
maybe
it's
you
got,
just
like,
didn't
that
get far
dark-
enough.
Yeah,
got that dark,
I
like,
uninstalled it right
art
away.
style
But
to
you
it.
play and you come back and let me know if it's about Bioshock. 'cause that
I installed it. I'll play some of it because I really liked Bloodborne. I never finished it, but I like
yeah.
I don't love, like, it's not my favorite genre, Souls type of games, but Elden Ring was great. I've played some
Right.
Dark Souls, dabbled in Dark Souls, and I've played a decent chunk of Bloodborne. So, you know, I'm sure I would enjoy it, but I
Probably
don't know
just
if I'll
suck at
finish
that
it. You know?
genre. And, yeah, maybe I would like it if I played more. I just
Don't have the time or patience.
I don't have the I don't I think it's I don't know. I just don't have the interest and patience. Yeah.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah.
Fine. Not every game is for everybody.
But I
No.
am for every game. Dun dun
Like
dun.
Valheim ain't for me, right, Dave?
Transition.
Nope. I got a game that you played, Eric.
I played a tiny bit of it. If you're talking about
F-099.
Yeah, I didn't
Oh,
even.
what is
Yeah.
what is what is this?
Fuck yeah,
F-099? Is this a Nintendo Switch?
Yeah, Tetris
Yes,
99, Pac-Man
Have you played the
99.
99 games before? Pac-Man 99.
Yeah, I love Tetris 99 was
So
great.
back in the day,
Where you
on
go
the
all
F-Zero,
this-
I remember coming out on Super Nintendo, and it was a
Super
racing game,
NES, yes,
like a future racing game. Yeah.
which I'm trying to look at what year this game actually came.
Did F-Zero
out.
come out before Mario Kart?
Good question. I don't know.
F-Zero
I
came
wonder.
out in 1990.
That's
So
before
probably,
Mario Kart, right?
yeah.
I would think so. It sounds like it.
First Mario
so
Kart
it
was
was
92.
F-Zero is a pretty brutal, like it was a hard fucking racing game, like back
Yeah.
in the SNES days. I remember like grinding away on that game, and it seemed like that was one of the early Super Nintendo games. So if you had a Super Nintendo, there was a pretty good chance that you had F-Zero at some point in
Yeah.
your console or
It
whatever.
was a good
whether you
looking
rented
game,
it
at
or-
least at the time.
Yeah, for sure. So this one, I mean, they only have 5 courses right now, but it's their standard 99 game where everybody's starting out in a wide fan and they're all racing to get in line. And most times, I don't think you're not really getting counted out. You're just trying to finish the fucking race is like a good first stage, and then finishing in like the top 50 is a good second step. And then after that, but
you can lose if you crash out.
Oh
if you
yeah,
explode.
and it's got a good balance where your ship's power is your energy essentially, and every time you use a boost, it decreases your ship's energy or power or
Yeah.
whatever.
Risk reward
So
type deal.
it is because if you get caught up in the middle where there's like it's just absolute goddamn chaos out there. Because
But you're not
there's
seeing other cars, are you, when you're racing?
Oh yeah,
Yeah, you are.
Oh,
there's
there's
99
seeing
there's
99 other
99
people on the
cars
track.
racing, plus computer characters that are out there just like mixing it
Trying
up
to
and
fuck
just
you
bouncing
up.
off stuff.
Yeah.
So it is
Okay.
just
All
absolute
until there's one racer
goddamn-
left?
No. Usually it's depending on the course, it's like 3 or 4 laps, and you're just trying to get up to first.
Well, there's
place for as high as you can.
there's a threshold for each lap. Like if you don't finish in the top 50 on lap 3, you're out of the race.
Okay,
I
so
think
it's like Fall
it's
Guys.
not that-
where,
it's
like,
not
you
even that
will
high.
eliminate-
Right.
Like I think
Same
it's like
idea.
top
Awesome.
80 or something.
I had this
like that.
idea like years ago, or like somebody needs to make like a racing game, like an Excite Bike, but there's like 100 Excite Bike people, and we're all
Excite Bike
trying to go.
99 would be dope.
That
That
was
would be
my idea
sick.
years ago, but
I could see that happening
yeah,
for sure.
I know.
But
Nintendo,
this one
keep
also
it going.
has a way where when somebody bumps somebody, they let loose like a little yellow gem or orb or whatever. You pick up the orbs, and once that bar gets full, you can use a boost, which lets you go on a track that's above the regular track. And
Yes.
has like an easier way to
cool.
go and more boosts. So
Gives
you
you, like,
can
a
use
shortcut,
that to make like a nice like jump up in the ranks.
So if I have Nintendo Online, I have access to this, just like the
Hell
other
yeah.
ones. do?
Yep.
Oh,
Free.
I have
It is-
not seen any ads or heard about this, so I'll have to download this
It
and
was
play this with my
shadow.
kids.
They shadow dropped it at the last Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
Which
Okay.
I didn't actually watch.
Yeah, there's
My
been
kid
a,
was
there's
just
been
like,
a few
fucking F-Zero.
console. Yeah, there's been a few events.
So
console
it is
related.
it is tough as shit.
Sure.
There's
That's
like
so
you can
fun.
do team battles. You can do like a series race where they just give you points for wherever you finish, and they do all 5 races essentially, and just see who's the best there.
Yeah.
I've finished in like the top 10 a couple times. I've
Excuse
been
me.
in first place for about 15 to 30 seconds, and then I I spent
Fuck
so
them.
much energy getting up there that I eventually people caught up and just bumped me a couple times, and I just died.
You're
so,
out. Yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
So, and it's just it's a really cool, like, games are super quick if you're just playing like a 99 match. Like you can get in and out of a game in like full 5 minutes. Like you're already in and already out and already started another
Yeah.
like match.
That's what I love about those 99 games. Like I got really into Tetris 99 for a while. Like I was never
Yeah, that was
It was
fun.
good.
I was never like into Tetris really, like, and I was never good at it, but Tetris 99 made me get better at Tetris. Like it's fun stuff.
Not to be TMI, but Tetris was always my pooping game back in the day.
Did you
Every
have
phone I
you had
got,
a game? Oh,
I
okay.
always downloaded Tetris.
I thought you
on my
meant
phone.
like you had like a Game Boy
And
and
I
you're
poop-
sitting on the toilet with Tetris.
No, and I just always like, well, I'm
It's
just
just
gonna play some Tetris while I poop,
There you go.
standard.
and I would just play it over and over again. Tetris is Tetris is such a cool game in general. When you think about it, with its 4 squares and the combination of the shapes that you can make with the 4 squares is the game, and it's just like
I mean, it's a
making
perfect
it a
video
puzzle.
game. Like it's
It
amazing.
really is. It's a sad story about the guy that made it, how he didn't make any money off of it because like it was a government kind of program or something like that. But still, incredible game. It's probably the most downloaded game of all time too, or something like that.
Oh yeah.
What's up,
Dave, when you're talking about like that F-Zero 99, it made me think of that Party Animals game that came out on
Yeah.
Xbox. I'm sure it came out on other consoles, but it's on Game Pass.
hmm
And how much have you played of that game?
Maybe an hour. Like I don't know. It's not.
Did
I
you
didn't
play
get
all the
too
maps
far.
and all the game modes?
I played a handful of them. The one thing I was kind of pissed off about was that there's no local multiplayer.
There is.
Like I wanted to just play it with my kid.
There is.
And is what?
There is.
How?
There is.
What?
How?
It is so frustrating. How stupid. And I will tell you
I could
guys how
not
it is.
figure it out.
Attention, everybody listening. If you want to play Party Animals with someone physically next to you, locally, this is how you do it.
You don't need
All right.
2 Xboxes?
No. You just
Okay.
need a game, and they need a controller. That's it. Okay, great. So you go to create a game. You create a game. There's a lobby there. You pick the map, right? Whatever game mode, right? And you'll see all the open seats, and you can fill up bots, right? You can put all the bots in there and change the AI intelligence. Easy, hard, all that stuff, right? If you're number 2 and 3 or 4 or whatever, if they want to play, they cannot turn their controllers on before you do this. It is so stupid.
Wait.
It will not recognize player 2, 3, and 4 if their controllers are turned on before you go into the lobby.
What?
Now, go create the game. Yeah, you have
That is
to
insane.
you have to turn your controllers off. Go into the game, create a lobby, and then set it up. So then take the other controller and just turn it on. Hey, we recognize another controller turned on. Would this like to sign in as player number 2? And then you do that. It's so stupid.
No.
Is this
so
something?
stupid.
Is this something that you just figured out on your own, or is this something
No,
they tell
I
you?
had to Google this. It was going
Oh.
through Reddit and to find this
Oh.
thing. And it's just
that
like
is
the game
weird.
is great. It's fun. I play with my 2 kids. We play all the game modes. We love it. We're as we work and getting experience, we unlock other animals. They're really cute animals and stuff like that. But dude, it is so stupid. It's like when I was bitching about that kart racing game that came
Oh
out
yeah.
on the console. It's a free game. But if you want to play with another person, you can't. I'm like, why can't you play this game locally? Why can't you play this fucking racing game locally? There's no reason for you to have a kart racing game like Mario
It's
Kart
true.
or
That
whatever
type of
kart
game
game.
for
I mean,
sure.
it is stupid. It is made for one console, one person at a time. Now it's still stupid how they do this Party Animals local co-op because everyone that signs in gets their own. It's like what we see with Discord, 3 screens, like or 4 screens. Like everybody gets their own screen, like it's
Wow.
old school. But we're
That's
all on
weird.
the same map. Just zoom
Right.
out. It's not that big. It's very frustrating.
Hmm.
Or they do that thing where like Telltale does, where like if you get too far away, then it splits.
Right.
You
right,
know,
right.
but if you're near each other, then it's dynamic and it makes
Yeah.
it one screen. Like,
I mean,
so
well,
yeah,
for anybody that
but it's
hasn't
fun
like
though.
heard of this game before, Party Animals is like a Fall Guys like Mario
Gang
Party
Beasts.
had
Gang
a
Beasts,
baby.
I think,
Gang
is
Beasts,
the
yeah.
closest
It's
analog.
Game Beasts
Yeah.
Where you're like
mechanics.
wobbling around as like a floppy cute animal, and you just basically drag people off, or you can throw them, or this one you can pick up weapons and stuff and bash them, and you're just trying to essentially stay on the map and stay alive long enough.
Well, there's also game modes, which I really think are fun. There's like one that's kind of like it's a soccer one, and it's like Rocket League,
Yep.
you know, or there's a football one. It's like a curved football field, and
That's cool.
it's cool.
Pretty cool.
There's another one where you're on 2 trains, so you and your team have to like take the coal and go down the train and throw it and burn it and keep going back and forth. The other team's right next to you doing that, but you can also just jump to the other part of the person's train and fight them and stuff like that. So you have
That's pretty
jobs to
fun.
like you have an objective, but you can also F with them and stuff like that. And those are way more fun.
Mhm.
So
I think the one I
they
saw
might
was in
look
a
stupid
factory.
on was that?
The one I think I was playing was in a factory, and there was like candy that would fall in. You got to take the candy back to your base, but people would just like
Oh, okay.
jack you and steal your candy, and then go running
Yep.
off in the other
Yeah,
direction.
yeah.
It's pretty
There's candy that
hilarious.
falls in the middle, and then you grab the candy, you gotta drag it and drop
Yeah.
it like it's a Willy Wonka factory. One is there's 2 arcade machines in a big open court, and everybody's fighting each other. But like the only way to win is you have to hop on an arcade machine, and then there's a big screen in the middle on the back wall, and like if you're the character that does it, you get to see it bigger. And you're trying to catch like stuff in the game, but other people can punch you off, and you got to protect him. So there's like
It is
more
fun.
going on, which I
Yeah.
think which I appreciate. Yeah, great game to play with your kids, but it's just asinine how they fucking set up local co-op.
Yeah, that was a little
Idiots.
weird because
It's just, have you never played a video game before?
I
I
was
mean, like,
literally
come on,
trying-
clearly you have.
trying that exact same thing to start a game, and I was holding the
Yeah.
controller, which
You'll
was
be
on
blown away.
before, and I was like, "This is." No, okay.
You
I
just
just
can't
thought
be-
they didn't have it.
That can't be the way that it's meant to work, right? Like that's
I
insane.
don't know, dude. I don't know.
Like
I couldn't
clearly
believe
they
it when I was
have
so
the
mad.
they have the
until I
local
found out
co-op
how it-
functionality, but like that's so fucking weird.
I don't know. How do you want to like set up like co-op? Oh, yeah, they just go to create a lobby and they all join. Okay.
Like they took that literally. Like that's where they joined.
It's like
but,
somebody. It sounds like somebody
only time
forgot
they are allowed
to.
join.
So it sounds like somebody forgot to QA test that part. Like other players joining in the lobby.
Yeah,
You're gonna laugh. Like go set it up and do it, and
That's
you're gonna
ridiculous.
be like, "Well, this is so fucking stupid."
Funny.
odd.
Yeah.
But it was a fun game. I did have
It is fun,
because we were just playing online because I couldn't play locally, which I thought.
right?
But
Graphics are great.
yeah, it's cute.
Yeah,
Like characters
Yeah.
are all cute. All the
Yeah.
animals are.
you get pretty good
Adorable.
with those controls, and you can actually do some pretty cool stuff. Jump kicks and grab and knock people out and chuck them off and stuff like that. And when you're dead, you still have stuff to do. Like you can shoot like bombs at people or like weapons at people, or you gotta fuck with them a little bit. So it's pretty fun, but just
Interesting.
Cool.
Eric, what else you got? I got one or two more things.
I'll just do a couple quick hits. I watched Uncut Gems, which
Oh
That was a
yeah.
yeah, I've
great-
heard nothing but good things about that.
Great movie. Which I was kind of annoyed about because Netflix like produced this movie, but it's not on Netflix anymore. So fucking weird.
Oh,
There must have
yeah.
been like some exclusivity deal, or the rights Netflix must have lost the rights to
Where'd
the
you
movie.
watch it?
I had to rent it on Amazon Prime because
Oh,
it's not
okay.
streaming anywhere else. So I'm like, I'm like,
Yeah.
oh, let's watch Uncut Gems, and I saw it. I'm like, I know it's on Netflix. Then I couldn't find it,
Yeah.
but I had my heart set on watching it, so I'm like, okay, I'll go rent it for $3 or $4 or whatever. But it
Go
was
to your
worth
local library.
it. My local library only has books. Okay, no movies, no games, nothing.
I do feel weird as a grown ass man going to the library like,
Can I get Ninja Turtles and Star Wars?
I take my kid. You know, we take
What
our
is that, a buck?
our
Boring,
kid to
you
the
nerd.
library all the time to get books, but yeah, never video games. But Uncut Gems, yeah,
Yeah.
good movie. Very stressful. Adam Sandler has like,
was like a
hell of a
hustler or something,
performance. Hell of a performance. Yeah,
Okay.
he's like
Wow.
he owns like a jewelry store and he's doing all these shady deals and shady things, and he's
great.
he's getting himself into shenanigans. So I don't want to give anything away, but it's really
Yeah,
good.
no, yeah, I want to see it.
And
Okay.
like Kevin Garnett, the basketball player, is like a main character
yeah.
in
Yeah.
this movie. Which was also
Really?
pretty cool. Like
Is
Did
this,
you?
he's a good actor too.
yeah.
Like I thought he was really good.
Really?
in this movie. Yeah,
Is he just ginormous?
He's
in the
huge.
movie? Just like the
compared to
super
everybody
tall
else,
guy?
he's like
yeah,
he's
he's
so
got to be
tall.
like 7 foot or something stupid.
Dude, he is-
super
yeah.
tall.
He's got a good mean mug too. Like
Oh,
when
yeah.
when he's angry at somebody, he's got a good.
Yeah. I
Oh,
always
yeah.
like that guy.
But good movie at A24 joint as well, produced by
Mhm.
A24. So
Oh no
got that-
shit!
got that stamp of approval. Couple other things. I played I don't know if either of you guys have Apple Arcade, but
Oh, I
Yeah.
used to. They got some good shit on that.
they
man.
do. I got the family plan a little while ago with it includes Apple Music and Apple Arcade and Apple TV Plus.
Oh wait, how much
Nice.
is that?
Like for a family of like I don't know, I don't remember how many. Whatever, it's like $20 a month or something. It's not
Okay.
crazy. It's worth it.
Okay,
Because I
that's
mean
pretty good that you get all that stuff. Because
I use Apple
I do
Music
Apple
constantly,
Music. Yeah,
and
me too.
yeah, and Apple
All the
Arcade.
time.
Apple Arcade, I'm using a lot more now.
Apple Music is like $14 fucking. So like for like
Dude,
$6 more, I get
yeah.
Apple TV.
Yeah,
Because I want to watch Severance. I want to watch
all
like
that
a couple
stuff.
shows on
Yep,
there.
that's all included.
No, now you
I
guys
might
can
just
watch.
do Apple. I might do that for like a couple. It's just like, dude, all these subscriptions.
Oh, what the hell's his name?
It's like costing like a lot of money
Oh
a
yeah,
month.
I
After a
know,
while.
I know. But
You guys can watch Ted Lasso now. Fucking
I know.
get on board.
Oh, I want to see. That's
Get
the
into the
soccer one,
10.
right?
I didn't
Yeah.
know. I didn't
I
know
gotta
Ted
see that.
Lasso was the same creator as Scrubs, which we're currently going through.
Oh,
right now.
really?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yep.
I didn't know that. That blew my mind.
I couldn't handle it.
But Scrubs. Scrubs is great.
Scrubs?
Anyways, back to Apple Arcade.
Yeah, sorry.
I played through this entire game with my son. He loves it. It's called What the Car.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know
Okay.
if you've ever played. There was big sensation a couple years ago. What the Golf, which it's like a golf game, but it gets really wacky. You're basically like shooting yourself instead of like a ball. It like
Okay.
ramps up every time. So this is the same idea. Like it starts out, you're just driving a car down a course trying to get to the goal. But like as you progress through the game, it gets wackier and wackier. Like the car has fucking long ass legs, or the car has rocket boosters,
Okay.
or yeah. So it gets fun.
And your kid could play this because your kid's like 4.
He's 4. He doesn't really play. He watches me, but he's like thinks it's the most
Yeah.
hilarious thing ever.
Oh, okay.
But it's great. So if you have Apple Arcade, check out What the Car. And I've been getting back into my anime shit, and finally
Oh,
am watching My Hero Academia season 6, which
damn.
I've been meaning to get to
damn.
for a while, and it's
Still
great.
going?
It's great. Yeah.
Good.
Yep.
Still cranking them out? Nice.
yeah, you love that show.
I mean, season 6 came out probably like, I don't know, last year. So I just haven't gotten
Okay.
around to it. But I finished all of my Star Wars stuff. Like I was watching
Right,
Clone Wars
right.
for a long time. I was watching
But you haven't
Rebels
seen
for a couple
Ahsoka yet,
months.
though.
No, I'm caught up with Ahsoka.
Oh, dude, how is it? Is it good?
Yeah,
It's
yeah.
good. I like it a lot. I think, I don't know. I mean, I've been talking to other people, but I think would get a lot more enjoyment out of it if you've seen Rebels, because it's all the same
Yes.
I've only
characters.
seen-
It's all the same
Yeah.
storylines. It's like it's a sequel to Rebels.
All
Like
right. I've watched
you
2
know.
episodes of Ahsoka, and I just feel like it
Yeah.
bothers me that like I don't know anything because I don't get like the big deal when I see.
That's
a
why I
character.
crammed in Rebels before I watched it. I'm like, I know I need to watch this.
All right,
I went back.
my
It's
kids
almost
are dressing
worth it.
up as fucking stormtroopers and Anakin from Star Wars Episode 3. So like, I feel like that's like Ahsoka, Anakin. I gotta watch Episode 3. Watch
Good.
some Rebels.
Oh,
I need
Rebels
to
is
do
good.
worth. I'm about halfway
Rebels
through Rebels
is
now,
so good.
and it
What do you
makes
think,
a
Dave?
lot. It makes Ahsoka a lot more sense. It's the same with Clone Wars, where there's some
Stupid
big, really
episodes,
good
and then good
episodes,
ones.
but then they have some of those filler side episodes where like,
Yep.
There might be a
We're
Reddit
gonna
out there
follow
though
the
that kind of
fucking
tells you which ones to
droid.
watch.
yeah, we're gonna follow Droid for an entire episode. And you're like, nah, maybe I can skip the Chopper episode. Like,
No, Chopper's fucking awesome.
Chopper's good. He's a little
He's a
bit
cheeky
independent droid.
little droid. Yeah, he's fucking.
Independent droids
He's an
are
asshole.
best,
Sorry,
yeah.
Eric, I totally derailed you, but you were talking about anime.
That's all I wanted to mention. I don't need to get into it, but
okay.
I'm just watching My Hero Academia, and it just feels good to get back into some anime. But the point was I finished up all of my Star Wars watching, so now I can move on to something else.
Yeah.
And that's
Well,
what I got into.
Tejas, one of our main listeners, he suggested in our Discord, again, our Discord is fun.
Nomadsfantasy.com/Discord. Join up.
Heyo.
Get in there. We're always sharing shit. Somebody was sharing about like an art challenge and stuff like that in there. But so he suggested checking out Netflix's it's a live action adaptation of an anime, but it's called One Section.
One Piece.
One Piece. Sorry, One Piece.
One section.
One
And one
piece.
piece is one section.
Yeah.
I watched the first episode
Wait, it's
and,
episodic? I thought it was just a movie.
It's episodic.
I didn't know it was episodic.
Yeah, the first episode was an hour long. These are long episodes. High production. Acting is good. It feels like an anime come to life. I've never seen the anime, so I cannot speak how good
well,
it is.
the
but I looked at
anime has
ratings, and it seems like it's
1,300.
got really good.
The anime has 1,300 episodes. So
Jesus.
1,300?
It's a
1,300.
pirate show.
What the
But it's a
fuck?
pirate show. I don't know anything about it, but it's cool. It has like all these bosses, all these boss pirates, and it starts off with like this guy. He's like gonna get beheaded or killed or whatever, but he was like the greatest pirate, and they caught him or something like that. And he had all the great treasures, and they're like, "But we caught you," and it's like it's over. And he's like, "No, it's only begun," kind of thing. It's just like my wealth is out there, and the only way you will find it is if the pirates of this world would go and find my treasure or something like that. So everybody becomes a pirate and like wants to go find his treasure to become like the next rich person, whatever. And there's good pirates and there's bad pirates. So the one dude, the main character, he's goofy and he's got this special ability. I won't ruin it, and he's I don't know.
you won't
goofball,
ruin
but he's just,
an anime that's been out for like 20 years.
I don't know if everybody else has seen this one, but yeah. But he has an ability that's like kind of interesting. And,
He's got stretchy arms.
he-
We can say it.
Yeah, he can get shot by a bullet, and the bullet
Mr.
will
Fantastic.
stretch its way this way and then zap back out, kind of thing. So he's just kind of immortal, I guess. I don't know. He's just this rubber.
Stretchy
he's
boy.
Just like yeah, stretchy boy stretches. He can stretch his arm like fucking 50 feet away and then punch you really fast.
Sounds very anime.
But he's just always jolly and like, hey, whatever. Oh, okay, all right, whatever. Do. So but the action's good. It looks good. The jokes are funny. It's kind of mature. I like it. Yeah. So Tejas, good recommendation. I at least want to watch more episodes. I was like, I'll watch the first one just to see, because some of the shit might just not be my style. But I thought it was good. But I also like animes. I like to sneak in and watch some animes, and a live action anime is really hard to pull off. Hard to pull off. But we saw the Journey to the East or whatever. I'm sorry, Journey to the West. And that was
other
they
direction.
had some awkward moments in it, but overall it was a good adaptation of an anime or whatever. It felt like a live action anime. So
I've always wanted to
One
watch
Piece.
One Piece, just because people say it's like one of the best animes of all time. But
Oh, really?
there's just so many fucking episodes that it's like I'll never finish it.
I would watch the live action. Then I think that's
That's
probably
insane. that many
why
of
they.
anything.
But dude, the production is legit. Like it's like Netflix is investing money, and it's probably
I'll-
smart
yeah,
that
I'll check
Netflix
it
is
out,
doing
for
this
sure.
with these animes because they did this with Cowboy Bebop, didn't go so well, but it seems like it's doing well with this one. But
Yeah.
they even have like the even animes in general, or they make things into an anime. Like
Alice in Borderlands coming back for season 3.
is that really happening?
Yeah, they announced it in Japan.
It's official. Oh, I didn't know. Official.
Yeah,
Fuck
so
yeah,
the,
this shit's awesome.
Oh yeah,
The
but
One
that's
Piece-
a manga too. Yeah.
The One Piece anime has been airing since 1999, and there's still new episodes coming out. Like,
Oh my god.
Today. So
Wow.
they're on
Okay,
season
well, yikes.
20. The latest or the next episode is season 20, episode 187.
You know how, like,
it's a
sometimes you
Simpsons,
find a
like
sh-
Japan Simpsons.
Seriously,
Yeah. Oh
yeah.
yeah.
I think
But
it's
it's like, yeah, it's
might be
you
the
could put
longest
some of
running
these
anime.
shows. You could put this stuff in the background. Like sometimes you find a show that's like background stuff.
Like
Maybe
Rebels.
this is one of those. Yeah. Just put it on the background.
Okay,
Check it.
that.
It's good.
Sorry, I just looked up longest running anime. It's not One Piece. It's something called Seiza-san. It aired 53 years ago, and there's 7,920 episodes.
Oh, okay, yeah. Just cue it up.
I'd like to watch episode 1, episode 2000, episode 5000, and
Just
the
pick
last
some-
episode.
That's
Just
yeah.
to see what has happened. Has the animation gotten better?
No, well, animation certainly got better. Probably
Oh,
not the story.
there's more episodes. Okay, that makes sense, I guess. There's more episodes of Pokemon than there is of One Piece, which Pokemon's been going on for 25 years.
Just 90s.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
it's craziness.
Nice.
Hmm.
All right. Well, I got a couple left real quick if we want to get out
Fire
of here.
away, Dave.
Do it.
Because
Go
we don't
away.
have to talk about Starfield.
Just give a quick update.
We'll just get into a long.
Are you guys fucking playing the
conversation.
story? Am I the only one?
Yeah.
doing
Once you
it?
get past the into the unknown quest and the main
Did
story.
you read the Starborn?
Okay, no spoilers because I
Starborn. I
haven't
don't know.
played at all since our Starfield
I am
like-
episode.
You haven't met Starborn yet?
So you're talking to Dave or me?
No, I don't want to.
Either.
I think I know what you're talking about. I think yes, but I don't know if I don't want to ruin anything here. So.
Oh my god, yeah. The game just totally comes out of nowhere. It's like, hey, this is what the real story is about. And I'm like, what the fuck is this shit? All right.
Yeah.
It makes our early
it's good.
impressions episode look like we did not play the game.
No, well, if you got to focus until you get through that one mission. But I mean, it's still janky. Like I have a tough time, like not skipping over people's conversations. I just read what they're gonna say, and I'm just like, all right, I'm not gonna stand
through
here
it,
and look
yeah.
at your dead ass
Oh, really?
face
I
just
don't.
staring at me.
I'm in no rush with my Bethesda games, man. I just
No,
I'll listen to it.
Put me right to bed. But I mean, exploring's still fun. I'm like setting up outposts now, but
Yeah.
it still feels like disjointed a bit where you got your space stuff and you got your planet stuff and you got to go into your map and there's a lot of maps and
Well,
menus
Dave,
and all
I
that kind
think
of
you
shit.
I think if you play the campaign, just crush it, open up that new game plus shit,
I don't know what that does. I don't want to know.
it probably would eliminate a lot of the jankiness of your experience because I feel like you're playing the game in a way where like it might be better if you get to that game that
Are
new
you
game
at that
plus.
point, Brandon?
We'll see.
No, but I'm like 25 hours. I mean, because when we recorded that thing, I was like 14 hours. I looked at it, I was like 14
Mhm.
hours into it. But I've logged in probably a good 10, 12 hours since we've last talked about it.
Okay.
And I've been just flying through the
Maybe I'll
campaign.
clean up some of the campaign stuff then because I've been just
It's
doing
cool.
off
Like I didn't
random
know
side
under the
shit.
lodge there's a whole city underneath there. I didn't know idea there's another level underneath
yeah.
in New Atlantis. Never been down there. But the story, I had to run through it. And I'm like, what the fuck is this area?
Yeah,
Fucking
that's where they
shops
put all the-
everywhere and shit.
They put all the poor people down underneath the big city. It's like Coruscant. All the
That
rich
is-
people
yeah,
live up
it's
top.
True.
Yeah.
It's a
Put all
cool
the poor
concept.
people down. But no, Starfield's still fun. I started watching the Barbie movie. I'm gonna come back with that next one because I haven't finished it yet. Amazon
I
Prime
hate it.
keeps crapping out on me. No, it wasn't bad so
Oh,
far. It
okay.
was a pretty cool take on like how do you
Yeah.
make Barbie into
Yeah,
a movie?
I still want
Like,
to watch it.
Ryan
It's
Gosling
pretty-
in
it's-
it, man.
it's pretty
gotta
good.
be good.
Gosling's good. I've been watching Ghostbusters Afterlife with the kids. That's
Mhm.
still a fucking solid reboot of a
Fun.
franchise.
Yeah.
The more I'm watching it again, the more I'm catching nods to the previous ones and stuff like stuff going on in the background that I didn't notice the first time, or I don't know. There's all
Okay.
sorts of stuff in there. It's still kind
Yeah,
of cheesy.
I probably
It
should
still
watch that
gets.
too. Yeah.
It's on Stars if you have it, but it's
Mm-mm.
I don't know. It's still kind of hokey and like new agey, where they you can tell that things are like winky, like nod to the old movie stuff. Like guys, like calm
Yeah.
down on some of this stuff.
I don't know. I remember liking that movie. I just didn't like podcasts. I thought that character was corny
Yeah,
as hell.
he is corny as hell, but he's also like the comic relief in it. So like,
Yeah.
there's a part where like Paul Rudd like asks about the kid's dad, and the kid's like, "Yeah, my dad's not around," and he's like, Paul Rudd's like, "Oh, okay, cool." And podcast looks over him. He's like, "Cool, really?" Like, because he knows that he wants to bone the chick's mom. So I mean, it's kind of funny. Like, just little stuff that
Are
I
you
didn't notice
forgetting
the
we've
first
done a
time.
full episode on this movie already?
Absolutely, it gets better like the more you watch it, though. So I'd give that
Right.
another watch too.
Okay.
But the last one that I played, and that I mean, I probably played this, and tell me if I've mentioned this before. Tyrants of the Underdark. You guys
Nope.
have
I
never
don't know
heard
what
of
that
this.
is.
Okay. No, I've been playing this actually like, I don't know, 4 or 5 times. This is a board game. Woo! Brandon, take your headphones off.
Brandon's out.
I'm bored
No.
already.
This is a solid one. This is based off of D&D, Underdark, Dark Elves, all that kind of shit, and it's like a territory control, like Risk, where you're like moving dudes around on the map, but it's also like a deck builder, like Slay the Spire. So
Oh.
as you get your starting cards, Brandon,
He's out.
Pipe down there for a minute. You get your starting cards, and you're buying cards to like make your deck better, and you're also getting rid of cards. I mean, it's just like Slay the Spire, but at the same time, that's enabling you to do shit on the map and like take over other people's armies, take over cities. The cool part about it, which is a nice little touch, is when you start the game, you get to pick from like 6 decks, and you take any 2. And like you can take like the dragons and the demons deck, and that's the game you're playing is dragons and demons. Or you could take the dark elves and elementals and combine them and make like, but you can use any combination of those to make any combination of gameplay scenarios where the cards that you're buying and making your deck with come from those decks. So it's fun.
I don't know what that means though. Like as an outsider, I just like, why is that cool? Is that like not common?
Well, no, well, it's kind of combining 2 different game types into one. Where like, have you played Slay the Spire? I know Eric has.
Oh yeah, I love that fucking game.
I have not played Slay the Spire.
But
No.
it's like the same thing where you get better cards and you're discarding the shitty cards out of your hand. So when you go to the next encounter, you're like playing better cards. But this one also has the map stuff where you can go and like murder somebody's troops, and then it's got that risk element where you can fuck with your buddies, and you can like sabotage stuff or set up spies in their area. It's super cool. If you like D&D, it's super cool. And if you like those kind of risk, or even card, there's a couple different card deck builder games. There's like a Marvel deck builder game. There's all sorts of these.
Well, how long is like if you're gonna sit down and like do a match or whatever it is, like how long does that take to resolve?
Last game I played in an hour and a half, maybe 2 hours.
Hour and a half. How many people?
2 to 4. And it's not rule heavy. Once you get like a turn in, you kind of like figure out like to like place guys, like it says this word, or there's like certain keywords, and once you learn like the 4 or 5 keywords, like you can play any card in the game and exactly what to do. So it's super easy to learn, and it's got
I need to get my ass into a board game. I need to find one that I like. I've just never been into them.
There's a board game for everything.
Board games are fun.
Like we were playing.
I know. I mean, I like the classics, but not like these games. They seem more like involved.
Yeah.
Like there's more going on. Like
or I mean, there's tons
you're
of
attacking people and shit.
Yeah, where like
the card stuff like throws me off though. Like that's what gets like kind of boring, like Magic the Gathering and stuff like that, right?
Yeah, well, I mean, you have like a deck that's this big, and every turn you draw 5 cards, and like those are the cards you're playing this hand, and then next turn you're drawing another 5. So you want to get rid of the old shitty cards, but get the new cards into your deck, which kind of like place 3 or 4 troops down, and you start marching your dudes over there, and you invade somebody's city, take it from them, and you're getting bonus points and XP based off of that. It's a fun game. There is a board game out there for you, Brandon. I
have Catan.
I will tell you,
for kids or junior Catan Junior or something like that.
Right.
That
Like
intimidated me. I'm like, I don't know if I can get this,
It's
but
the
there's
kids
ones
version.
that are-
I
There's
know.
ones that are like there's like gambling based, which are fun. Where like there's one we were playing where it's called Quacks of Quinlanburg, and you're trying to make potions. You just have a black bag and you pull chips out, and it's like you're gambling every single time you're going to pull out a chip. Like there's a game out there for you, Brandon.
Right.
Brandon
know.
would be
We'll-
more
we'll
into
find
the I saw an ad for a game with a pooping kangaroo or whatever. That's what Brandon would be into.
Where'd you see that? Like Target, Walmart, in the board game
It's a
section?
fucking ad on
Probably.
like, I don't know, Paramount Plus or something. Something
Target
my
has a
kid was watching.
Target is a weirdly robust board game department.
They do,
which,
They
yeah.
do.
They have a lot.
Like surprisingly, like you can get some pretty crazy stuff over there. But
Brandon
that
might
one's
be into
more
like
the
one of the
Tyrants of
Star
the
Wars
Underdark.
themed ones, like the Star Wars villains or something
You
like that.
think, right? You think I just gotta? I don't
I
know.
think
I
there
got
is
2
a
little
Star
boys.
Wars
Maybe
thing
one of them
over
will get into it when they get older, and I'll be like, "Hey, Dad, let's play." Of course, son.
I'm playing your stupid little card game.
As long as I can drink beer, I'll
Yeah.
play.
This one's good. It's got an 8 on Board Game Geek. I recommend Tyrants of the Underdark if you do
Tyrants of the Underdark. All right.
If you like board games or you like card games. Slay the Spire, brand or Eric.
Splay the
It's just-
Spire.
Splay it.
Play it.
Slay the Spire is so
Say it,
good.
don't
I
play
love
it.
that game.
Say it, don't play it. It's good.
Say it, don't
No,
slay it.
that's about all I got. We've been chatting
that
for a
it?
while here.
Should we wrap it up? Talked
You
about
guys- unless you guys got
stuff to
something
check
else.
out after
No.
this, we just hit them with a list.
Dude, exists. That's
We've-
the one I'm looking for, Brandon. I'm gonna find that. I'm gonna
Exist.
find that fucking Bigfoot
Dave's
movie.
gonna message me on Discord. Dude, can we do a full episode?
Right.
on this? That
If we
third
all-
act
if
really
we
had
all
me
watch
thinking.
Yeah, yeah. That would be funny.
Get in there.
Why did he go to the van? Why did he just stay in?
Hey,
Yeah,
no
so
spoilers.
stupid.
I didn't know there was a van in
didn't-
this movie.
Yeah. Is there a van? There might have been a car.
Mm.
Yeah. Okay. Well, there you go. There's your takeaway. Exists. There's a movie about a found footage movie about Bigfoot.
Let's
It's
go.
on
There you go.
Amazon Prime.
There we go. All right. Yeah, that was a lot. Like I said, there was a lot to catch up on. It's been like almost,
This
2
year's
months
just out of
and we-
control, dude.
Dude, that's why I
There's a
haven't.
lot happening.
That's why I haven't played Starfield since our episode, because there's just too many other games that I want to play. Everything's pulling me in a different direction, Not even just games, but like TV shows, movies, like all this shit. Crazy.
Right. Right.
Well,
What are you gonna do?
yeah, what are you gonna do? Just gotta pick and choose, what you're feeling at that moment. It's so hard to decide though, You're looking for something to do. Just like, yeah, too many choices. Anyways, if you wanna, we'll wrap it up here. If you wanna follow us on the socials, you can follow us Twitter and Instagram. Well, formerly X, formerly known as Twitter. At
I'm
Nomads
mad
of
at
Fantasy.
X. It's boring me. I made a tweet and I'm like,
Well, we might be off X
none.
soon if we have to start paying for it. So
That's silly.
yeah, I don't know. It's just
I haven't
not.
heard that.
Yeah.
well, we're on Twitter also at Nomads of Fantasy. We're on TikTok at the Nomads of Fantasy, putting some more content up there. Check out our YouTube channel, youtube.com/at Nomads of Fantasy. Twitch also, we're streaming on there. Live stream all our episodes there. Twitch.tv/Nomads of Fantasy. Our Discord, of course, nomadsoffantasy.com/Discord. If you want to chat with us, play
website.
our game, whatmapgame.com.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
If you like guessing video game maps. But I think that's all I have for this episode. You guys got anything else?
No. I'm good. Safe travels. Go play more board games.
Go play more board games. We'll do a board game episode someday.
There's gonna be a board game corner. I'll
That'd
make
be
my own little
interesting.
side.
That'll be interesting. Yeah.
Let's do it. All right. Well, as always, safe travels, Nomads.
Deuces.
What does
Oops.
this mean?
Well, it's a peace sign, but it's sideways. So it's like, peace out, yo. But it's also twos, which is where you get the deuces from.